and he's at 100 miles an hour here, and then there's 100 miles an hour impact. That's no use. There's no acceleration through impact at all. Okay, I just gave Mike a lesson. Mike's dispersion was wild with his longer clubs. It's no longer wild. We did one simple move that everyone can do to hit the ball straighter, a lot straighter. Laser straight, some might say. So Mike's dispersion was pretty much all over the place. He would lose it to the right, lose it to the left. And it was such a simple fix, but it took us time to get there. So as I say, Mike's dispersion was more so with his longer clubs. But we worked on shorter clubs to begin with, and we kept it super, super simple. We had to, because, I mean, the golf swing's hard. So we had to try and make it a way that Mike could understand it. So what we did was we refined everything, we reduced everything. So Mike would hit the ball pretty hard and pretty fast. So taking the club back quite a long way, and then from a long swing coming back to the golf ball, he would go slightly over the top, so out towards the golf ball, downwards, forwards, and then he would bring the club back inwards. So I asked Mike to grab his 8 iron. I said, Mike, take your 8 iron, and I want you to try and hit it 100 yards. So he would take his 8 iron, and he would take his normal swing and hit it well over 100 yards. So I said, let's try and hit it 100 yards with as short a backswing as possible. So all of a sudden, from this action up here, down there, a shorter swing, so as short as possible, left arm parallel to the ground, or even trail forearm parallel to the ground, which gave him a little bit more room for manoeuvre, but trying to keep it as short as possible. So I says, let's get back to here and through. How far can you hit the golf ball from a short swing? So all of a sudden, from a shorter motion, so just here, there was more aggression going through the shot, so there was acceleration going through the shot. Imagine if Mike swings driver and he's at 100 miles an hour here, and then there's 100 miles an hour impact. That's no use. There's no acceleration through impact at all. And that's what was happening as well. So what TrackMan numbers explained, there's 100 miles an hour coming into impact, let's say, and then impact is 100 miles an hour. There's zero acceleration. When we shortened the golf swing, the smash factor went up because it was much more efficient, because it was accelerating through the shot. So the shorter action, really short backswing, take a shorter swing as you possibly can and see how far you can hit it. So he was here, and there was all of a sudden there was some aggression. There was a feeling, his words were, there's a feeling, a John Ram feeling, that he's getting to here and then loading it. It's called float loading. So getting to there, Google that, float loading. Gets to here, and then from there the body has to start moving because he wants to change direction as soon as possible, because he wants to keep that backswing as short as possible, so the direction has to change. So the club comes up. As he moves left, it starts to float, creates the lag, so club head or club shaft gets stressed, and then from there down through to impact. So short and then fast into impact, so short and fast, and the length of swing completely reduced, and the path was much more controlled because he's gone from up here out there to all of a sudden only feeling as though he's here. He's probably higher up, but feeling as though he's only here, and then from there the change of direction would keep the club more behind there on the way down, parallel clubs more behind, and then the club was going out towards golf ball, long and out, short, there. There was huge connection as well between, he felt as though upper arm and right chest, he felt as though he could maintain that a lot better. So he was there, into impact, short backswing, aggression on the way through. One thing Mike did mention was he felt as though the backswing was quite quick. You know, you're told to take it slow and back smoothly. Not really. I mean, where's that going to take you? So you address the ball, you're set as good as you can be, and you take it slow and smooth, and then from there you now have to apply the speed. So you've almost stopped, then you have to apply speed, and of course we're going out towards golf ball. If you can, a short backswing has to be a snappier action. So there's more lag, there's more stress on the shaft. So the takeaway is a movement that's rather rapid, if you like, to push that ball out there. Then we moved on to 3-wood. We teed it up because 3-wood's the longest club he uses off the tee because of the troubles he's been getting himself into, so he only had 3-wood in his bag, which is fine. These tees don't really go into this mat all that well. Here we go. So same idea. Now obviously harder to control, longer club, less loft, harder to control. However, feel as though you're here. So feel as though left arm is parallel to the ground, but actually what will happen is Mike got up to a position where right forearm became parallel to the ground, which was there, so the feeling of left arm parallel and then a dynamic motion up to there took him to where he had to be, but he felt as though he was super short. He had that quick, aggressive change of direction at the top, and then from there he squeezed this ball so straight because his path was so good, his face relationship to path was so good, because it was just a snappier action. So he's there. It's a much snappier, faster action. And with a snappier, faster action, there was more compression. And as I say, he was able to stress that shaft for longer without the shaft flowing out in front of him. He was able to stress it from behind, so stressing it from here, hitting ball instead of here, wiping it back towards him. Okay, these tees are quite high for a 3-wood. There, just what feels there, and then through. Much easier to keep that club path more neutral. I'm going to hover this, so it's there. Really good compression on it, and as I say, the path of the golf club completely changed. It was much more neutral. It was maybe 1 degree left, whereas he was swinging 9 degrees left before, 9 degrees out to in to 1 degree left, somewhere into out, but all his iron shots were into out. It was there, just to there, through, there, and through. Short backswing, as short as he possibly could, and trying to hit his 3-wood as far as he can with the shortest swing he could possibly put on it. That's exactly it. He was trying to hit his 3-wood as far as he could with as short a backswing as he could possibly put on it. So it felt super short. And then the power through the shot. But why would that straighten up ball flight? Why would that be the answer? Well, it's the change of direction, the absolute change of direction. So up to there, just to here, and then to stop that club, because he doesn't want to go too far, to stop that club from there, he has to move to the left. He gets to here, and then from there he has to move left to stop that club. He's not up there and stopping and coming out. He has to move his body towards target. So Mike was there, left, there, left. And that was the drill, was to hit it as far as you can with as short a swing as possible. You can see how the body moves. You could really see there, you could really see, or I could see as the coach, that with the short swing he was much more here, much more there, and a lot less out here, which I can't emphasise enough, how quickly Mike transformed what he was doing purely from that shorter swing with aggression. Whew. So Mike's aggressive change of direction fixed path, fixed efficiency, fixed club head speed, fixed how the body worked, fixed a lot of things, didn't it? So we recapped. We went to Mike's old swing and round and wiping at 9 degrees left with all different sorts of dispersion or different sorts of shapes, to his new swing, which felt as though it was here, was actually up here, but definitely not up there. So it was just there, and then from there, that change of direction, and of course that club sat behind him more. He felt as though he was in here. He felt as though the body was going left, and felt as though he could throw the club out more towards golf ball. He wasn't as extreme as that, but that's the feelings he had, because we know in golf, feel and reel are slightly different. And when I say slightly different, that is an understatement. Very different. So there, hit it, Mike, as far as you can with your 3-wood, with as short a backswing as possible. Thank you, Mike. It was amazing how he missed 0 fairways once he'd done this. He never missed a fairway. He never missed one fairway. In relation to, we had TrackMan on, you know, we had the dispersion, so we knew he was hitting fairway every time. And it was like a little poke, you know, you got to here, and then from there it's like, okay, I need speed. Okay, I'll move this way to get speed, and then I'll just poke it out in that direction. And his swing thought was as short as you can, but as far as you can. As short as you can, but as far as you can. Just to there. There. Hitting it far from a short backswing. Mike had that sussed. So I'm saying now, go out and try this. If your dispersion with your longer clubs is wild, there's obviously a path issue and a face issue. So take a shorter swing as you possibly can, but hit it as far as you can. But start off with just an 8 iron. You'll be surprised at how quickly you get this. You'll also be surprised at how little distance you lose. Give it a go, then subscribe to my channel, then hit the thumbs up button and check out my website eurekagolfswing.com. And I'll see you in my next video.